in a mirror and think, wow, how'd I even get here?
Yeah.
And I don't just mean you, like, personally, but like all the crazy complex cells that make you possible.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
It really is, and that's what we're diving into today.
Okay.
This wild ride from simple single-celled organisms to us.
Eukaryotes.
Eukaryotic cells.
Yeah.
We've got this awesome article from Quantum magazine. It's called Meet the Eukaryote, the first cell to get organized.
Right.
And we're going to unpack that.
Okay.
So how did a mishmash of bacteria and archaeal cells create something as organized as a eukaryotic cell?
Right.
What's the deal with mitochondria, those little powerhouses, right?
Yeah.
So understanding where these eukaryotic cells came from, it really gives us like a deeper appreciation for the complexity of life.
It really does.
Us included.
Totally.
So let's rewind the clock like way back, like 3 billion years. I mean, back then life was simple.
Yeah.
Prokaryotic cells, your bacteria, your archaea.
Right, just doing their thing.
Floating around.
Yeah.
But then, bam, eukaryotes show up.
Huge leap forward.
Huge.
Yeah.
They're the foundation for all complex life.
I mean, they've got internal compartments, organelles,
right,
nucleus to hold their DNA,
it's like
mitochondria for energy.
It's like they upgraded from a tiny studio apartment to like a giant mansion.
The article uses this great analogy. It calls prokaryotic cells. It says they're like a loose pile of papers. And then eukaryotic cells are like this sophisticated filing system.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah.
So how did they make that jump?
Right. Well, the main theory is that the first eukaryotic cell, it was formed through a merger.
Whoa.
An archaean cell and a bacterial cell.
Two become one.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It really is. It's like, how did they even, like, how, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
We can't go back in time.
Right.
But there are some clues.
Okay.
One of the most exciting is the Asgard archaea.
The Asgard archaea.
Discovered in 2015.
Yeah, in Loki's castle.
Okay.
I remember reading about that. That was cool.
Deep sea vent field.
Yeah. So what's the connection to eukaryotic evolution?
Well, they have genes and structures that are really similar to eukaryotic cells.
Really?
Yeah, like
Actin.
A protein key component of the eukaryotic cytoskeleton.
So these Asgards are like a window to the past. It's amazing.
It is.
And then there's the mitochondria.
Right.
Those are fascinating, the powerhouse.
Yeah, the theory is that there were once free-living bacteria that got engulfed in that archaean cell.
But wait, engulfing another cell?
Yeah.
That takes energy, right?
It does.
How would a cell without mitochondria have enough energy to do that?
Good question. And scientists they've been puzzled by this for a long time.
I bet.
But there's a possible answer.
Okay.
These early archaean cells, they might have used what are called blebs.
Blebs.
Yeah, like arm-like projections.
Okay.
To trap food.
Okay.
Without needing mitochondria.
Interesting.
And these blebs, they could have snagged bacteria.
Okay.
Which eventually, became permanent residents.
Right.
And evolved into the mitochondria we know today.
So they were like setting little traps.
Yeah, kind of.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
It's amazing what we can learn from these ancient cells.
It really is. Every discovery gets us closer.
Yeah.
To understanding our own origins.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so eukaryotic cells, they're like the ultimate collaboration.
Yeah, a fusion of different life forms.
Right. But it wasn't just a one-time thing, right?
Exactly.
Endosymbiosis, it's still happening.
It is. It's happening all around us.
Really? Like what? Give me an example.
Well, think about insects.
Okay.
Certain insects, like aphids.
Aphids, okay.
They have these specialized cells called bacteriocytes.
Bacteriocytes.
Yeah, and these cells, they house bacteria.
Okay.
That are essential for the aphid to survive.
Really? So the bacteria are like, they're living rent-free.
Hey, yeah, you could say that.
In a luxury apartment.
Right.
Inside the insect.
And they pay their rent by, providing these essential services.
What a deal.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Totally.
Just like that ancient merger that led to the first eukaryotic cell.
Makes you wonder what other symbiotic relationships are out there, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
All these strange partnerships we haven't even discovered yet.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about another big leap in evolution.
Yeah, okay.
The move from single-celled eukaryotes to multicellular organisms.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Yeah, how did they go from me to we?
Well, there are a few theories.
Okay.
And it probably wasn't just one path,
Right.
multiple paths to this complexity.
All right.
But one idea is that multicellularity, it evolved from colonies of cells.
Okay.
Cells that started working together.
Ah, so like a microscopic commune.
Yeah.
Sharing resources, working together.
Exactly. And over time, some cells in the colony, they might have specialized.
Ah, like a division of labor?
Yeah, just like
in a society.
Exactly, like a complex society.
But wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hard? I mean, getting all those cells to cooperate, to communicate, seems like a recipe for disaster.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Multicellularity, it presents all these new challenges.
Yeah.
Cells need to talk to each other. They need to coordinate, share resources.
It's complicated.
It is. It requires a lot of, sophisticated signaling and cooperation.
Right. So it's not just about sticking together. It's about communication.
Yeah.
It's about a whole new level of organization.
Exactly. It's amazing how complex.
Yeah.
Even the simplest multicellular organisms are.
It really is.
And it's a testament to, the power of evolution.
To overcome these challenges.
To find solutions and create the diversity that we see today.
From single cells to these multicellular marvels.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. But the story doesn't end there, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, we've talked about endosymbiosis.
Right.
We've talked about multicellularity, but there's got to be more.
Oh, there's definitely more.
Right, to this eukaryotic evolution.
Yeah, the lines between species.
Yeah.
They're not always as clear-cut as we once thought.
So welcome back to our deep dive into eukaryotic cells.
Yeah.
It's been quite a ride. From simple prokaryotes to us.
Yeah, all these complex multicellular organisms.
Right, and before the break, you were saying there's more to the story.
Oh yeah,
to this whole eukaryotic evolution thing.
Yeah, we've been talking about how eukaryotic cells came from this incredible merger. You know,
different life forms.
But what's even more remarkable is that this mingling of genetic material it might be more common.
Wait, really?
Than we ever thought.
So you're saying there might be more to this whole cellular matchmaking than just that ancient merger.
Right. It's not just like a one-time thing.
So like cellular speed dating still going on?
Well, maybe not speed dating.
Okay.
But we're finding more and more evidence of something called horizontal gene transfer.
Horizontal gene transfer.
Yeah, where genes jump between different species.
Whoa, so they can just jump.
Yeah, sometimes even across vast evolutionary distances.
Wow.
It's like nature's constantly experimenting. Swapping genetic material like trading cards.
So like the tree of life, it's not really a tree, is it?
Right, it's more like a tangled web.
Right.
With branches intertwining, exchanging genes.
That's wild. I mean, the more we learn about evolution,
I know it's fascinating.
The more complex it gets.
Absolutely.
The more questions we have.
Right. It challenges our assumptions.
Yeah.
About the boundaries between species.
Like give me an example.
Well, take sea slugs for instance.
Sea slugs.
Some of them they've managed to incorporate genes from algae into their own genomes.
Okay.
Which gives them the ability to photosynthesize.
Wait, photosynthesizing sea slugs?
Yeah.
So they're like little solar-powered slugs.
Pretty much.
Cruising around the ocean floor. That's amazing.
It's a great example of how adaptable genomes are.
And the power of evolution, right?
And absolutely.
To innovate, to find these solutions.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what other crazy creatures are out there.
Right. Blurring the lines between what we thought were different species.
Exactly.
So we've got these ancient mergers.
Yeah.
We've got ongoing endosymbiosis. We've got horizontal gene transfer. It's almost like the definition of life is changing,
It's becoming more and more complex.
Fluid, more complex.
And that's what's so cool about studying evolution.
Right.
it always challenges us to rethink what we thought we knew.
So after all of this, after this deep dive into eukaryotic cells, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we are all connected.
We are all connected.
Every living thing, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whale.
Right.
We all share a common ancestor.
That's amazing.
And understanding that connection,
Yeah.
Appreciating that journey. It can inspire us to protect and celebrate life on Earth.
Well said. Well said. And I hope our listeners will remember that the next time they look in the mirror, they won't just see themselves. They'll see billions of years of evolution.
Of history.
Looking back at them.
It's an amazing story.
It is. And it's still being written.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.
Yeah, thanks for having me.